a day. Ladies and gentlemen, what a day. Today has been not as eventful as other days. Yes, today has been a bit peaceful. I mean, it seems as though the housemates are trying to, not overdose us with too much drama the way they did yesterday. Although two male housemates actually already hatched a plan on how to fake a fight already. I had been looking forward to that fight all day today, and it has not happened yet. Yes, at least at the time of creating this video. Yeah, but aside that, there was the diary sessions, the continuation of the diary sessions today. Ladies and gentlemen, I think yesterday about 9 housemates had their session, and then today, how many is the number again? I think I counted about 10 or 11. Yeah, but it was quite entertaining, very interesting, and most of all, very, very revealing. Yeah, so it turns out that almost, let's say, half the house, or probably all the housemates, right, they actually do not like Otga's controlling nature, his bossiness, the way he's trying to outshine the head of house, and the way he's also sort of belittling their creativity and their talent. I mean, they feel like this guy sees himself as the only talented and creative person in the house, the only person that is brimming with ideas, and it's just a lot, ladies and gentlemen. It's a lot. So I'm going to be spilling all of the juicy tea on this video. Now, aside the general consensus about Otga and his style of existing amongst them in the house, there was also Dede's epic rebuttal to the sentiment from all the guys towards her because she refused to give them a hug. Ladies and gentlemen, when I say it was epic, believe me when I say that indeed it was epic. And Big Brother 2 did not even help matters because he also added flames to the already burning whatever it is. Yeah, so on this video we're going to spill the tea on all of that. All right, so please watch to the end. Don't skip out on any parts. There's a lot to spill on this video. I'm going to try as much as possible to keep this video really, really short. All right. And yeah, before we get into it, you're all specially welcome to my channel. My name is Glory Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Glory Elijah, and I am the girl with the tea. Without further ado, let's just get right into the rest of the video. Dede was the first person to have her diary session today, and I must admit, in a way, it kind of felt like Biggie knew that us, the viewers, were sort of burning, itching to hear our own side of this matter, because a lot of the guys, they've had a lot to say. Even yesterday, when they should be enjoying their welcome dinner, she was the topic. They were talking about this girl. So yeah, she got into the diary room today for her diary session, and aside informing us, or rather Big Brother, of course, all of us, aside informing us that she had to deal with a stomach upset all through, I think, at some point yesterday and then early today, and she literally was dwelling in the toilet in the house, then she had to explain the situation. I think because Big Brother had asked her about her stay in the house, what's happening, and she had given like a full-blown rundown. Yeah, so she mentioned that she was actually aware of the tension between herself and the guys, that it seems like there's this huge beef between herself and the guys, and it's all because she did not hug them when they got into the house on Sunday. And for those of them who cared to come to her for conversations to ask, she actually explained to them that it's just a thing of boundaries. She doesn't just get to jump up and hug strangers as people that she just met, for the first time. For her, that is not her way of doing things. And she actually explained these things, but the talks are still going on. People are still whispering here and there. People are still talking, and they've been calling her names, and they've been saying all sorts of things about her, that she's placing herself on this very ridiculously high pedestal, like she's more important than any other female in the house, that the females too are also talking, although a lot of females are nice to her, but the guys especially, there's just that wedge, there's just that tension, aside Jason J, that is now her friend, and according to her, she does not really care. She does not have any time to waste being bothered about their sentiments, because for her, why should they even be bothered? Like, what is so special about the hug? And you see, that was where Big Brother said, even he is wondering, like, I'm just paraphrasing what Biggie said now, like, the guys make it seem like Dede's hug is going to give them a one-way ticket to the finale. Guys, that really cracked me up so bad. I was laughing like crazy because it was similar to the tweet I put out, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, where Kola kept on talking and complaining and complaining. And I asked the question that, it be that there's some side, because it made me wonder that, could it be that there's some sort of prestige attached to Dede's hug for these guys? Because at this point, it doesn't really make sense anymore, And I love something that Big Brother said to her, that he thinks it's a very good thing, that she's doing, because it should be a lesson to those guys about boundaries and personal space. That should teach them to learn about those things. And guys, honestly, at that point in time, I felt like giving Big Brother a hug and a high five, because that was really, really apt and very, very important, because a lot of people were saying that, oh, the girl is feeling too big. I'm like, nah, this girl, she's 23 years old. She just proved to everybody that she's self-aware, she's not a pick-me, and she has principles that she values and will stand on. Although the show just started, so we will wait and see till the end, right? But whatever she's doing, I like it, yes. And I love the fact that she's standing on her principles and not yielding just because she does not want people to think XYZ about her. Besides the hug situation, she also talked about her friendship with Jason J, because Big Brother had asked her to speak about housemates that actually surprised her in a good way. She spoke about her friendship with Mide. She likes Mide a lot. They've literally spent a lot of time together. And then she also spoke about Jason J, and she had a lot of nice things to say about that young man. She said he makes her feel very comfortable around the house. He set her at ease, he's fun to be with. He brings out the fun side of her. And, for her being someone that does not necessarily enjoy other people's company and does not necessarily find humans funny, the guy makes conversations easy. Their conversations are not too deep. They literally talk about anything. It could be a chair, it could be a bed. They just talk and they just laugh all the time. So the conversations are not too serious. They're not too deep. So it just really helps her to come out of her shell, and she likes him as a person, and they have a good friendship. And guys, while she was saying all of those things, I was just smiling because she was right. Every time she's with Jason J, she lights up. Now, next housemate to have a diary session today was Ken Kumi. Guys, Ken Kumi, aside being a notorious player in the house, that guy is really smart and intelligent. And I must admit that now I can affirm that he wasn't lying when he said he was going to be playing a game of tact, because he plays polo, and polo is a game of tact. This guy has completely studied Dede, because Big Brother was asking the same question, which housemate has surprised him in a good way or a bad way. And for Dede, he said he doesn't really trust the girl. That the only thing you see on Dede's face is just like, the only thing she carries on around is a smile, and it is very, very mysterious. Like, you can't really say what is behind the smile. He went on to say that Dede is unpredictable. Even when she was in pain, while she was having her stomach upset the other day, she still had that smile on her face. So nobody knew if she was in pains or not. The only thing they noticed was she kept on going to the toilet. So he said, she's beautiful, she's stunning, she's demure, she's a classy lady, very elegant, but he does not trust her. She's very unpredictable. And guys, I totally agree with Ken Kumi, because that is exactly how Dede presents herself to everybody in the house. Moving on to the next housemate that had a diary session today was Isabella. Ladies and gentlemen, Isabella came bearing tears, and it got me wondering that, okay, is it going to be a season of crying and wailing and tearing up in the diary room or inside the main house? What the hell is going on? What the hell? Because Isabella, of all people, Isabella, the gra woman, she was crying so much. She was crying so much, and the way she was crying, it seemed like she was upset about the whole Ken Kumi situation, that Ken Kumi was not giving her assurance, and she was thinking about her past with her ex, and then she misses home. She was just crying. She was an emotional wreck in the diary room, and people that had to continuously encourage her. And I'm looking at this girl and I'm thinking, as much as your feelings are valid, I see you. I see you disguising right there. I see you. Everybody has been crying, trying to invest in the emotional banks of the viewers. Sabila decided to come to the diary room to come and do her own. Girl, I see you. Kola was the next housemate that had his diary session today, and this guy shocked me. Ladies and gentlemen, you and I know how obsessed, like totally obsessed, Kola has been about Dede. Always singing her name, always talking about her to other people in the house, to every Tom, Dick, and Harry that cares to listen. But then lo and behold, this guy got into the diary room today and he was talking for over 15 minutes and he never for once mentioned Dede's name. And even when he mentioned her name, it was just briefly, in passing, because apparently he had had a conversation with her yesterday and she had actually explained a lot of things about herself to him. You know, that the reason why she's the way she is because she comes from a very close-knit nuclear family where love is in abundance. You know, they shower her with love and everything that she needs. So she's not the type of girl to be seeking validation from people. And that is why her people are her people. It's quite difficult for her to easily open the doors of her life to new people, right? So to him, that in a way cleared his doubts about her. But ladies and gentlemen, I have a weird feeling that Kola is not going to stop anytime soon, because remember, the Thursday night pool party is coming up tomorrow. Then there's the Saturday night party. Kola has declared to the guys that Dede is his perfect spec. So if Dede is not giving him attention the way he wants, the question is he going to stop talking about this girl for real, for real? Ivata, Damboski, Koi, Mide, Zita, these housemates are other housemates that had their diary session today as well. And the major part of their diary session was them complaining about Otga's controlling attitude, his controlling nature, his bossiness, and the way he always tends to want to outshine the head of house. And one very, very important example that they pointed out is how every time when the head of house is addressing the house, you know, he is always wanting to stand beside the head of house. Like, dude, sit down the way everybody else is sitting down. Why do you have to stand beside the head of house? No, even though, okay, fine, you're taller than him, and when the head of house is talking, addressing everybody, you are also interjecting. You keep on interjecting, and you want it to be that it is your voice that they are hearing. And when the other person is trying to explain something or pass on information, you keep on interrupting, and you take it like, you know, you literally take the words from his mouth, like no single regard for the head of house, making it look like he sent Jason J to go and conquer everybody in the head of house challenge and in the head of house challenger, and then bring the victory back home. So I am the king and you are the messenger. And guys, every time this happens, because I see it all the time ever since Sunday evening, or even Monday actually, yeah, every time it happens, it is so annoying to see, because you can see how Otga has no single regard at all for the head of house. And according to Ivata during the diary session, that was actually the reason she was having an altercation with Otga yesterday. Because what they were accusing her of, it was actually the head of house that assigned a hosting role to her in their wager presentation. But then Otga was putting his foot down that if she does that hosting role, that he's going to completely wash his hands out of the wager preparations. And guys, it was so annoying to see how Jason was trying to, you know, settle the whole situation, but then it made it look like he was scared of Otga. And so these housemates were complaining because they felt like, nah, he should speak up. And then Culture, who is friends with these two guys, oh my God, he revealed a lot during his diary session. And he spoke about how annoying it is, that it feels like Otga continuously disrespects the head of house. And so he said he's going to find time to have that conversation with Jason J. And then for Otga, he said last night during the welcome dinner, he had given a piece of his mind to Otga and told him that, dude, you're doing too much. You are too controlling. You're always making it look like your ideas are better than everybody else's ideas. You don't want people to even share. You always shut people down. You just want to control everything, and it doesn't really make sense. And Big Brother had asked Culture that, okay, when you told him all of these things, what did he say? He said Otga just shook his hand, hugged him and said, hey, my bro, you are my bro for life. In other words, guys, that made me realize that Otga knew what he was doing. And I'm going to be frank with all of you. If you ask me, I would tell you for free that I'm not mad. Like, I'm not really mad at what Otga is doing because, guys, that is his strategy. He said it during his diary session today that he did not come to the house to be liked, and he does not really care about people's perceptions about him, you know. But for him, it just feels like because he has the best ideas and he's willing to share those ideas, people think he's doing too much, people don't like him, that he just wants them to win the wager and splurge and buy things and enjoy themselves. But guys, you and I know that Otga is just being very strategic. Truth is, as much as it is giving us drama, it is causing chaos, it's giving us talking points, the truth is, it is making the viewers not to like him. Yeah, a lot of viewers find him irritating already. People don't really like him that much. And so during his diary session, Big Brother had to give him some advice, you know, told him to learn to micromanage the task and not the people, because what he was doing was micromanaging people. And when you micromanage people, you are sending a message that you do not trust their competence. And then what that results in is they will be compelled to misconstrue his good intentions. And according to Otga, he has good intentions, but he needs the housemates to see that he has good intentions. So ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today's diary sessions. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I would love to hear your thoughts about everything I have shared on this video. So please go ahead, share your thoughts in the comment section below. I will see you guys on my next video. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye.